to show you how you can group rows in Excel using VBA. A while ago I showed you how you can create a scan-in timesheet, and this timesheet had grouped rows allowing for several in and outs during the day. I showed you how to do this manually, but this works fine if you only have 5 employees. But what would happen if you had 50? It would be very time consuming. The other thing that I'm going to show you is how you can enter the 50 names with the barcodes with the appropriate spacing, which could also be very time consuming. So I downloaded these names. They're from the random name generator, and I just made a barcode employee 01 and going all the way down to 50 here for the 50 names. Now I'm going to run a piece of code, and it's going to put these in. So I'm on the timesheet that I want, and so I'm going to, on the developer tab, I'm going to macros, I'm going to enter employees, and then I'm going to click run. And so there you have your 50 employees here with all their names and their barcode. Now what I would like to do is I would like to group these similar to what we had on this one here, right? So I'm going to click on here. I'm going to go to my macros again. I'm going to go group employees, and I'm going to run. And there you have all your employees grouped with the allowing for the spaces for the in and outs during the day. So if we go 1, you'll just have the names and their employee ID beside it. Now let me show you the code. So the first piece of code I'm going to show you is something I wrote up because I'm basically a lazy person, and if you write code, that's because you are lazy. So I've just declared a couple values here, R and C being row and column, and count equals the number of times we've done this. Okay, so now what I'm declaring is my sheet that has my names on it is sheet 7, and so I'm going for sheet 7, row 2, because we have heading rows, and we have 50 names, so that would be 51, right? And so now we're going to select on our timesheet, we're going to select row and column 2. We're going to start at the top, and then we're going to say that ActiveCell.Value equals sheet 7 cells row 1, the top of their list, plus 1, and then to get the next one, we're going to do ActiveCell offset. So this is on the timesheet, and then we're going to go to the sheet 7 where the names are, and then we're going to offset 1 to get the value of the barcode. Now the count is you add 1 to the count, and you increase R equals R plus 6 so that you have the 5 rows or the 6 rows for them to record their ins and outs during the day. And so now I will show you the other piece of code. This piece of code I found on one of the forums on the Excel VBA forums on the internet, and I copied this code, and I've done some modifications to suit my needs, but it works great at grouping your rows. So my range is you're specifying the A column, and so what you're doing is you're declaring end row is long, current row is long, first blank row is long, last blank row is long, current row value is string, next row value is string. And so now I'm turning off the screen updating, and then I'm telling them where my range is located, and then I'm just telling them what my end row is, so it's going from the bottom and looking for the first name. Now, the first blank row is 0, last blank row is 0. And for current row equals 4 to end row, so that's where my name start is on row 4. So we'll just move this over a bit. So my name start on row 4 to the end row. current row equals cells, current row, my range column. So whichever the current row is in the range that we've specified, value, and next row equals cells, current row plus 1, and in my range column value. So this is a backwards. If not is empty. So if there's something there, or current row value equals blank, then if is empty next row value or next row value equals blank, then first blank row equals current row plus 1. So it's going to keep doing that until it finds the end of the blank rows. And so then what it's going to do is it's going to we're setting the printing here, and then we're going to go if first blank row does not equal 0 and last blank row does not equal 0, then the ActiveSheet's row current row outline level 1 is greater than 1. Range cells first blank row my range, cells last blank row my range, entire row selection group. So this is where it's grouping the ones there. And then it's going and resetting everything, so it says first blank row equals 0 and last blank row equals 0, and then it goes to the next, and that's next next current row. Okay, and then application screen updating equals true. I will, of course, include all of the code in the description of my video. Please subscribe.